everyone, this is a video for question 5C from exam 4 practice. So we need to find the definite integral from 0 to 1 of x to the 4/3 time quantity x to the 1/3 minus 4 dx, and there might be different ways to solve this, but I will start, I think that would be the easiest one to do, is just by distributing that into the parentheses. So what we'll have is integral from 0 to 1. Then we'll have x times x to the 1/3. Remember, when we're multiplying x to a power, we just need to add the two powers together. So we'll have 4/3 plus 1/3, and then we'll have minus, I'll just put them like this, 4 times x to the power 4/3 dx. So simplifying that, we'll get an integral from 0 to 1, and here we'll have x to the 5/3 minus 4 times x to the 4/3 dx. Again, we can split this into two integrals. Actually, the difference of two integrals, the first one would be from 0 to 1 of x to the 5/3 dx, and the second, we just copy the minus. We can pull out the 4 up in front because it's a constant, and then the second integral would be x to the 4/3 dx. So now solving those, we'll get x to the power 5/3. I'll just write it down. So we have 5/3 plus 1 over 5/3 plus 1 by the power rule minus 4 times x to the power 4/3 plus 1 over 4/3 plus 1. And again, this is definite integral, so instead of adding c, we need to evaluate each of them at 0 and 1. So just to simplify this, we have x to the 8/3 over 8/3 minus 4 times x to the 7/3 over 7/3. And again, we need to evaluate it. Just to simplify, before evaluating, we'll have, when we divide by 8/3 is the same as multiplying by 3/8. So we'll have 3/8 times x to the 8/3 minus 4 times 3/7 times 7 to the 7/3. And now we can plug in 1 and 0. And again, don't forget, when we plug in the bounds, we do the top one first. We plug in anywhere we have x, and then we put a minus sign and we plug in the lower bound second. So I'll just color code it so you can see what I'm plugging where. So we'll have here 3/8 times 1 to the power 8/3 minus 4, I can just multiply it, 4 times 3 is 12 over 7 x to the 7/3, and then we are subtracting the lower bound, and for the lower bound we have to plug in 0. So that would be 3/8 times 0 to the 8/3 minus 12/7, 0 to the 7/3. So now solving this, we would have 3/8, 1 to any power is 1, so that would just say 3/8 minus 12/7, and then again 120 power is 1, so this would just stay 12/7, and 020 power is 0 for both of those, so this whole thing could become 0. So I'll just do it like this whole part becomes a 0. So solving for this, we'll have, if we find a common denominator, would be 56. So we'll have 21/56 multiplying the top and the bottom by 7. And here we'll have 96/56 multiplying the numerator and denominator by 8, which gives us -75/56, which is approximately -1.3393. And this is the answer to 5C. Again, make sure when you're solving definite integrals, the ones that have the bounds, that your final result is always a number. Thank you.